up, YouTube? It's Florida Adventure here again. If you saw my first video, you saw me running through my backpack, what I take on trips with me, and you might have seen me pull out this guy out of my pack. It's my Pocket Play-Doh Survival Kit. It's gone through a little bit of revamping since my video, but I'm just going to take this opportunity to run through it and show you what I got in here. It's just a typical standard Play-Doh canister. I just took the Play-Doh out and set that aside for another kit, and I wrapped it with about 20 feet of twine, which is great, some really great cordage. It can be used for you can tie your things together if you need to hold it in place. You can hang it from a tree. You can use it to construct things that you may need to while you're out in the bush. It's really great. A lot of people use paracord, stuff like that. I find that it's just not durable enough. It can't really stand up to the abuse that I put it through. So I found this twine, and it's great. It's really awesome. I love it. It can really stand up to the abuse that I give it. It's waterproof. It's really pleasing to the eye in terms of color. So that's just on the outside. I've got it wrapped around the outside to make it a little more convenient for carrying purposes. It frees up a lot of space on the inside. So up on the lid right here, if I can get this guy open. On the lid right here, I got a little bit of a little duct tape. This can be used for holding things in place. Like right here, I got a little nail. I can use that to tack into a tree and hang my food off of. But this frees up a little space on the inside of the pack. Set that guy right over there. For starters, I've got some matches in here. Everybody needs some matches in there. Those are pretty self-explanatory what those do. They start fires. This right here, I can't take credit for this idea. I picked this up from some YouTube friends of mine. They go by the Florida Adventurers, John and Adrian. I picked this up from a video that John did of one of his kits, and it's just got some ibuprofen in there. Just a little Ziploc baggie that I cut off like this, taped up the sides to seal it, and now you got yourself a little portable Ziploc baggie. So that's I got that idea from the Florida Adventurers. I'll go ahead and throw up an annotation right here. You can go check out their channel. And I got this as well, another of the same idea. It's a little baggie of oatmeal. Oatmeal is an excellent source of delicious flavor when you're on the trail. You can add it into your water, toss it in your water, mix it up with a spoon if you got one, and then you got an excellent meal. It's I'm not actually too fond of its nutritional value off the top of my head, but you can Google that. You can find out how good it is for you, but I just know that it tastes really good, and I love oatmeal. And right here as well, I've got a pocket fishing kit. This is just a standard paper clip that I bent with some needle nose pliers into a makeshift hook. It's held together with maybe about 20 feet of dental floss. Very strong, very durable. Great for fishing or for hooking all kinds of fish. I've hooked a lot of things with this very kit right here, and it's just wrapped around a tube of chapstick, and that also doubles as chapstick if you want to just pop the cap off. It's still some usable chapstick. So this is awesome. It's got a lot of purposes in here. If I ever needed to, just pop this guy off, I got some more cordage right here. Also in my kit, I've got some bandages. It's pretty typical. Some first aid. You all know what you can use this for. Don't really need to go too in depth with the bandages. I've also got a standard Duracell AA battery in here. You never know what you're going to stumble across that you might need to power. You could run across someone dropped off a camera or something. You could toss this battery inside of it, power it up, and start taking some pictures of your trip. If I really wanted to, I could probably put 2 of these in there. Typically, things are powered by 2 AA batteries, but 1 is enough for me. I don't need to waste all the space to carry 2 AA batteries. Also in here, I've got a little bit of paper and some standard Crayola crayons. I use these when I'm out on the trail, just for a little bit of fun. I like to draw. I like to color. I like to recreate scenery that I see when I'm out on the trail. That I can share with other people. I keep this. This is just a typical bundle of printer paper. Looks like I got a leftover sketch from my last trip. It says, "Hope you're having a good hike. Signed, the Florida Adventurer." It's nice. Must have seen a tree or something on the trail that I liked. Sketched it out. I do these little things right here. I'm actually surprised that I have this one, because I usually, what I do is I'll draw these up. I'll tack them on a tree on the trail. So the next guy coming through, he'll walk by, he'll see this, he'll tear it down and be like, "Oh wow, that's a really nice nice drawing. Some guy must have left this behind." And I find that it's really helpful for a lot of people on the trail. Some people, they get flustered when they're out on the trail. They get tired of hiking. Maybe they don't enjoy it as much as I do. And when they come across a note like this, it's really it really brings their spirits up. It gets them through the hike. Sometimes I'll leave my address, or I'll leave my phone number or a credit card number. Maybe they need help with some bills or something. I don't know. I've gotten in contact with a lot of people who have found these and said, "Wow, man, Florida Adventure, man, your note that you left behind on the trail was so great. It got me through that day." And I love hearing that. I really love hearing that. And these are just typical Crayola crayons. I cut them in half just to make them fit in the container. And I wrote the color on the side just to remind me what it is. This right here is if you see that, this is just olive green. I'm down here in the swamps of Florida, so this is a great color for the greenery around here. Really deep, rich green, really nice. This is sky blue, I believe. Yep, sky blue. That's pretty self-explanatory what that's for. Color of the sky. And this right here is raw sienna. With this one right here, it's got a little story behind it. I could have gone with any color brown for the wilderness. Brown's a pretty typical color, but I chose raw sienna because it really seemed to fit what I'm doing out here in nature. It's the raw wilderness, raw survival out in the wilderness. And I saw this color and I'm like, wow, I have to have that for my kit. So I grabbed this. I pulled it out of my little brother's backpack, and as far as I know, he doesn't know that I took it. So if you're watching this, sorry, but it's part of my kit. Part of my kit now. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a little art that I like to do out on the trail. Just not really necessarily for most people's survival, but I'd probably go crazy if I didn't have it. Also in here, I've got just the crayon sharpener, Taurus, right out of the Crayola box. Great for sharpening your crayons on the trail, because you know, nobody wants to pull out a crayon when they see something on the trail. Like, oh, I gotta sketch that real quick. They whip this guy out, and like, oh man, what am I gonna draw with that? Nothing. You're out of luck. So that's why I keep this guy. You know, just stick it in. Sharpen. There you go. We got a U.S. quarter in here. This is worth about 25 cents. You can use this when you're out on the trail for you know, bartering with another hiker. If you start to run out of something in your pack or whatever, you can use this for you know, for trade. When you're out on the trail, you can run across the guy and be like, "Hey man, I'm trying to start a fire and I don't have any matches. Can I? I'll trade you this quarter for, you know, 25 matches." And this has really come in handy. I started putting these in my kit because I'd run out of things on the trail that I really needed, and I'd find a guy on the trail and I'd be like, "Hey man, can I borrow some matches?" He'd be like, "Oh, sorry, you got a quarter?" And I didn't have a quarter, so I started throwing these in my pack. You can also you could trade this out for other currency if you wanted to. A quarter's worth about 25 pennies, or you could maybe trade it for 2 dimes and a nickel. That's about 25 cents as well, or 5 nickels. I don't know. Whatever you can trade it to. Just simple math. You can figure it out. But a quarter, I love that in my pack. It's really saved my butt a lot of times. Also, I've got just a paper clip. That probably actually just fell inside of here. I don't know what I would use that for. And then last, this is a just a little torn out page of a what is this, Edgar Allan Poe story that I've been reading. I take these out on the trail with me. I'll take it when I'll just tear a page out that I'm reading. Read this when I'm out on the trail. And then when I come back home, I'll just put this aside, and then I'll tear out another page, and then I'll read the next page when I'm on the trail again. It's a great way of reading through a book. Looks like this one doesn't have a title. It just says Tales of Mystery and Horror. So yeah, looks like that's it. That's my Pocket Play-Doh survival kit. This has got me by out on the trail hundreds of times. It's really saved my butt when I really needed it. So if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, maybe even, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to check out the Florida Adventurers. There's some really awesome dudes, and a lot of the inspiration for this came from them. So thanks for checking it out, and I hope you enjoyed it.